Hey, it's Raspain with Role Playing Public Radio. We're playing Fate Core. This is Cointract Island, episode 14. In the last episode, the our intrepid heroes accepted a mission from the IT director to go get a heavy transport vehicle from the office park, specifically in the Buildchain building. And they have reached the Buildchain building, which is, of course, a massive office complex built by an avant-garde architect, and they have found out it is on lockdown, and there's someone or something in there that doesn't want them there. Of course, Indy did find a literally multi-million-dollar watch as some loot, the Black Panther.
Shitty fucking MCU watch.
Yup.
Unbelievable.
Yep. And so, but while our heroes are in the building navigating that darkened maze, outside, the Claire, the tech reporter, Bowie, the courier chimera, the bird dog, and Choppy, the ad zombie, half slug, giant mutated slug, half vending machine, and are waiting in the truck outside. And in this vignette scene, Claire is being played by Bridget. Claire, what are you doing as you wait in the truck as the three go entered into the building? You're waiting outside in the truck, sort of parked around the side. You think in a secluded area. How's Claire doing after all the chaos you've seen in the last few days?
It's probably not that bad. I think Claire has become complacent because every time we get into a massive scuffle, because there's a giant snake and the swarms of ferrets and other swarms of ferrets, and there's been so many things. So I think Claire is complacent. I think Claire is Choppy and Bowie have proven to be capable. So I think Claire is probably doing some notes or doing some dictation or something. And I don't think she's really paying attention.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, she does have the satellite phone, so she can call in whenever she wants to. So she could, or she could just be writing notes, sort of planning her next story, or figuring out the first chapter of her book. Obviously there'll be a book, so there could be a book deal, a movie deal, because this is the story of the century. Let's see. And Faye, you're playing Choppy for this scene, the friendly slug vending machine chimera. So how's Choppy doing?
Face.
Sad face?
Choppy has been attempting to. So we're in an SUV, right? Or something.
Yeah, it's like a big pickup truck. Actually, it's like a utility pickup truck. You got it from the power plant, so it can definitely. I mean, you're definitely in the bed of the pickup truck, but it's got like a lift gate and stuff. It's very, very fancy. Yeah.
So have you ever seen a slug extend itself to try and bridge a gap? It gets really thin and kind of gross.
Mm-hmm.
Choppy is currently doing that in an attempt to sell Claire something. Reaching all the way around to the fucking passenger seat that she's in from the outside, and trying to present Claire with an ad for Cougar Juice.
All right, very good. And Lydia, you were playing Bowie, the very intelligent bird dog, part shoebill stork, part some kind of canine, that has been controlled with the NFT since the beginning of the campaign. We're very near the beginning of the campaign. How's Bowie doing after all this?
He's doing pretty good. He is well fed,
Mm-hmm.
and he is stalking around the outside of the truck, looking out for danger.
Okay, so Bowie's the first to see this, then, because the other two are obviously distracted. And Bowie hears a scraping sound coming from around the corner. Probably, the corner of the building's like about 50 feet away, but it's out of line of sight. It sounds like metal scraping on concrete. And yeah, what is Bowie going to do? It is getting louder.
I think he's gonna find He's gonna find a place where he can see around or what's coming around the corner before it's going to see him.
Okay. So Bowie trots to the side, rounding the corner with a generous pace, so nothing can jump on him. And he sees the other ad zombie you've seen earlier today. When you were on the way to the office park, there was an ad zombie in the middle of the road, wielding a sharpened stop sign as a weapon, and it tried to attack your vehicle. I think Indy or Aava was driving and dodged out of the way, but this malevolent, murderous. Also has human body parts stuffed in its vending machine compartment. So it is quite gory and grisly, and I'm just going to call it stop sign because it's using a stop sign as a weapon, and it's kind of like a pyramid head sort of thing where it's just dragging it along the ground malevolently, and just it has a very glitched up face its screen is cracked, lots of blood stains, and it looks like it's been following you all this time, and it's going to do a lot of damage. Ad zombies are very strong, certainly with a very sharp metal club like weapon as well. So what are you going to do, Bowie?
I think he's gonna run back to the truck, open the door, and then just tap his claw on Claire and point.
What is it, boy? Did Timmy fall in the well? Oh my god!
Yeah. Claire, the stop sign is rounded the corner, and you can see it is trailing up behind you. You have quite a bit of distance right now, but you could get. So what are you going to do?
Should we hit it? Should I start the car and hit it?
Well,
he tilts his head.
Well,
you're right. We should.
All right. So Claire, would you say driving now I'm just going to give you abbreviated skill bonuses. +4 to your passion, +3 to your job/purpose, +2 to things covered by your background, and +1 to things you do out of necessity. So what is driving to Claire?
I think driving is related to being a journalist that's covered wars,
Oh, that's right. That's a good point. All right, so you get a +3. So go ahead and roll to get in the driver's seat and turn around.
I think that's a 1.
Okay. Well, yeah, with a 1, stop sign is going to try. He gets a 3. Well, actually, no, it's a 4 because he's a very tanky boy. He has a physique of +3, and he just absorbs it like a tank. So you back up, turn the car around, and you realize you there's not a lot of space here. There are a lot of fences in other areas. You don't have like a long street to really build up a lot of speed. So you sort of bump into stop sign. So at this point, Choppy, you see what's going on, and you can see that there is another ad zombie, one that's carrying a stop sign, which you can't even fit in a vending machine. That doesn't even make sense. How are you reacting to that?
Scared face.
Scared face. Okay. All right. Claire, what are you gonna do next? It raises the stop sign. Looks like it's about to swing at the vehicle or you. You're not quite sure. You're not really sure how long it can reach with that long slug-like arm. Claire?
Actually, I've got a quick question. How autonomous is Choppy?
As long as Choppy obeys Ava's commands, then he can do whatever he wants.
I believe Ava's command was guard the truck.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Okay. All right. So, so I'm just going to wait until Claire's done then.
Okay. So Claire, do you want to try and back the car up and get away from stop sign? Or are you going to, what are you going to do?
Well, I feel like ramming it was a good plan, right? There's nothing wrong with ramming it as a plan, probably. So I think we're just gonna try that. I think we're gonna take 2. I think she's gonna try and back up and then try and get that ramming speed in again.
Okay. All right. Well, this will be another opposed roll, and this will be using stop signs +4 to fight, as he is going to try and swing at the windshield.
Do we get fate points?
Unfortunately, no, you did not. Let's see here. So let's see, 4 plus, so he gets a 3 versus your basically
I got a 0. I got a 0.
So the windshield is gone. I will give you 2 points of armor for that. As his his arm is a lot longer than you think, and when you back up a little bit and try and slam into him, you think you thought the truck had good acceleration, but clearly not. And the stop sign embeds itself in the windshield, and then choppy, some of the glass shatters onto you, cutting you in a few places. And he just rips the windshield out with the stop sign. He is very strong. So, and also the truck is starting to get a little messed up too. So, Bowie, what do you want to do?
You said it got its. Did you say it got its arm in the windshield or the stop sign?
The stop sign's in the windshield, and then it was really embedded in the windshield. So stop sign just pulled the windshield out and dented. I mean, the truck did dent the vending machine a little bit of the hostile ad zombie, but like not really enough to do damage. It's like I said, it's very tanky. And the windshield for the truck is gone. And Claire took 1 point of stress. And everyone has 3 points of stress, and that's going to cover both physical and mental. So, yeah, you can act next, and then Choppy can act.
I think Bowie is going to jump through the broken windshield and just like grab onto it and start biting.
Okay. Is that his passion or his job?
I feel like that's his job.
All right, roll +3.
That's a 2.
Okay. He has a +3 on his physique. And he only gets a 1, so because he rolled like shit. So you actually inflict a point of damage. You bite into one of the tentacles and draw blood. It's a good job. So Choppy, what do? You're in the bed of the pickup truck.
There's 2 of these dudes, right?
No, there's just one hostile. Well, there's 2 ad zombies, you and the other one. The other one is called Stop Sign, and it is gone rogue. Started murdering people.
Very angry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think that my comrades, violence is a little bit reactionary. And as an ad zombie, as a fellow ad zombie, not only have I been moved by the compassion that I've been shown from Aava and my ever faithful customer, Felicia, I think that I'm going to attempt to de-escalate this fight with stop sign.
All right. That sounds like your passion. So go ahead and roll with the +4.
Okay. 5.
Damn, that's very good. All right. So
I want to embrace stop sign.
Okay. Yeah, with you can send out, you reach out one of your arms, which is already very elongated because you've been trying to advertise to Claire, and you can communicate chemically, as ad zombies do, which nobody really knows about, but there are secret ways that ad zombies can communicate with each other, a form of higher communication. And you have calmed the murderous thing, but you sense it is unbalanced. Something is wrong with it. And the longer you placate it, the more likely you could be affected by this unbalancing. Perhaps it was infected with some sort of virus. Perhaps it has consumed the forbidden meat. You're not sure, but it is risky to you to continue to placate it. So
is that about meat?
Well, you're not supposed to eat humans. You know that's in your programming. You're never supposed to tell the humans that's a command. They don't like to hear that you're not supposed to. That's a rule that they had to program in you. But yeah, somehow it was able to override its programming and eat some people. And that's not good, especially brains. You're not supposed to eat brains. Yeah. So yeah, as long as you don't eat brains, you're fine. But this one has. So Claire, you see Bowie's latched onto its arm, and it's holding on. but the hostile ad zombie has stopped as Choppy has reached out, and they are holding one tentacle out to each other. They seem to be frozen, meditating, communicating. It's hard to say. What are you gonna do, Claire?
Can I cheer Choppy on? Is there a way that I could give Choppy the willpower and strength necessary to overcome this trial of slug to slug communication?
Sure. Yeah, that's is that your passion to bring people together?
Probably. Like, maybe that's why she got into the career.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, go and roll with a +4 bonus.
There we go. That's a 5.
All right. With a 5, you give you've given Choppy a temporary aspect, the morale booster, which Choppy can use to activate for any number of reasons, to either get a +2 to re-roll something, or to gain a story-based bonus, depending on what Choppy wants to do next. So Bowie, you can sense the arm is the muscle of the arm you've bitten into has relaxed. I imagine, Bowie, you're just holding on to the arm, trying to worry it, essentially. But do you continue to hold on, or are you going or strike for look for a more vital place to strike, as it seems to be distracted right now, or are you going to let Choppy try to establish peace with this thing?
So seeing that it has stopped, he's gonna let go.
Okay.
And he's just gonna watch it and look for any weak points that he can use later.
Okay. So that is hunting. That sounds like a hunting thing, which is definitely Bowie's passion.
For sure.
Yeah, roll with a +4 bonus.
That's a 7?
Oh yeah, fuck yeah. All right. Yeah, you'll get a +2 to your next roll against the hostile ad zombie, no matter what you do. And you also get a temporary aspect, Eyes of the Hunter, which you can activate for another +2, or to gain a story-based benefit or whatever else. So yeah, you spot all of the weak spots. So Choppy, you're placating it, but you can feel it is going to start sending you proteins and nutrients, and you don't want these proteins and nutrients because these are, again, you don't want anything with the human neuron in it. That's not good for you. That makes you go crazy. So it's going to so you need to figure out what you want to do.
Okay. So you said it was unbalanced, and I think Choppy has an idea. He knows exactly how you have to fix something that's unbalanced. You need to earn more money to make a bigger balance. So Choppy is going to attempt perhaps the most sacred form of intimacy amongst the ad zombies, a balance transfer. Choppy is going to attempt to transfer some of its balance to Stop Sign in an attempt to remind Stop Sign of its roots, to combat this hunger that it has developed.
Okay. Yeah, give me again. This will be a +4 roll. This is your passion as an ad zombie.
What's the thing that I got from Claire?
A temporary aspect, a morale booster, so you could use that for a reroll or a +2.
I'll use that for the +2, and that will be some form of math. +2 +4.
Yeah,
so
I think it's a 5 altogether.
All right, great.
Which is great. So you are sending your proteins and nutrients, weakening yourself physically, but perhaps you can cure this poor ad zombie. But you realize you can't do it entirely on your own. It needs medicine, and the problem is you don't know how to communicate this to your friends exactly. You can put something up on the screen and hope that your friends can figure out where they can get the medicine for you for this sick ad zombie. So because apparently the humans have a whole bunch of instructions on how to do it. There is a process, but your friends have to do it. You can't do it alone. But you can sort of lock yourself into a stasis And as long as you're doing that, you're giving them more time to finish the job.
Yeah.
So
I will. Have you ever seen? This is disgusting. Have you ever seen two slugs mate?
Mm-hmm.
Where they just kind of like entwine around each other? That's what the ad zombies are doing. It's hideous.
Oh yeah.
But it's beautiful. But it's hideous.
Yeah.
And I will flash on my fucking like LCD built-in screen medicine out of stock with the TikTok AI lady voice.
Yeah. So Claire, give me a this will be your job to figure out what the fuck this weird new tech is doing. What this chimera is trying to say. So that would be a +3.
I'd like to apologize to the listeners. I know that my strategy for every single game has just been to roll 5s consistently, but this will be a 3. I got an exactly neutral
All right.
on my die roll.
So you do know that part of your background reporting was figuring out, there are chimera, basically like chimera centers, like Pokemon centers, only for these genetically engineered creatures. And there are various things, regimens and treatments to keep them sort of healthy and active. And so you realize you need to find one and inject this thing with something, and it'll be better. So you just have to get to there quickly. So Choppy has climbed off the truck, and there's sort of wrapped arms around it. You need to figure out. There's a clinic nearby. Now you can either stay here and ask Bowie to go for the medicine, or you could go yourself and hope Bowie can, reinforce, protect the two ad zombies as they're linking arms.
I think Bowie's going to be faster than me,
Okay.
so I'm going to give commands to Bowie. I'm going to be like, all right, over there, you got to go get one of the jabby things so that we can, to fix it. Do you ever get your shots at the vet? And she's feeling more and more insane, and she's trying to explain this to Choppy or to Bowie.
Yeah. I assume is Bowie doing the little head tilt thing again.
He tilts his head one way. He tilts his head the other way. He clacks his beak once and runs off.
Okay. So this is more of a job thing because you were a courier. You had to go to places, and you know what a chimera center is. So yeah, go ahead and roll with a +3.
That is a 2.
Okay. You'll find one. It'll take you some time though. And so so as you're running off, Choppy, how are you feeling? Is this just in general? Is this good, bad, weird for you?
Intimacy is scary.
Oh no! Well, the screen is just making all kinds of weird symbols. Yeah.
Crying face and smiling face. So far beyond my programming.
It's true. Claire, go ahead and give me another job check, +3, to notice.
Okay, that's gonna be a 2.
Okay. You do hear. It's a silent thing approaching, but you do spot them. You see another necrobiotic goblin watching from a distance, just kind of looking kind of confused about what's going on. It doesn't seem scared of you.
That's maybe not good. I don't know if can I try and see if he looks even vaguely friendly.
Yeah, you can give me let's see here, probably another actually +4. Your patch is bringing people together, so yeah.
That's a 5. We finally did it. We did it. It's a 5.
Yeah, you think you could talk to the person. They haven't decided if they want to. They're weighing up whether this is an opportunity or a threat. And so you could call out to them and kind of try and negotiate.
I think that's what she does. She'd be like, hey, we're trying to stop whatever this is going on. It'll probably benefit you if you can figure out some way to help.
Help? Yeah, ad zombies bad in close spaces. Very aggressive. Eat brains. Very bad.
Yeah. And this one is eating a lot of brains, but we're gonna fix it. So like if you help, I mean, yeah, I guess it might be your friend afterward.
Oh, what do you pay?
I got some Cliff Bars.
What do I have to do?
What can our goblins? How are they gonna help?
Well, I could tell my friends not to come here and, cut everything up so we can eat them.
Yes, that would be great. That's what I would appreciate if you did.
Okay, give me Cliff Bars.
Okay, I got some Cliff Bars.
Okay, I'm coming down now, but I have my phone on speed dial. If you attack, it has two spider arms, holding the phone up.
Yeah, no, I've just got I've got some Cliff Bars and like maybe half a Rice Krispie treat.
Okay. Ooh, crispy. Love those. So the goblin comes up and snatches all your food as like a horrible goblin. And starts eating them, wrapper and all.
Yeah, I think not getting murdered was worth this.
Yeah. So it's watching. He's like, "So you been on the island long?"
Yeah, like a couple days.
Wow. This is your first time, huh?
Yeah. It's exciting and terrifying. Just like watching the ad zombies like do what they think.
Yeah, there's a lot of very slimy sounds and motions, and there's like this pool of ooze all around them now. It's the goblin is undeterred and just watching it intently. I'm happy now because I can see the sun. They used to not let me out.
That's fascinating, she says, thinking about her like job as a fucking reporter. Would you mind telling me more about it? I think I've got
all right.
I think I've got a cougar juice you can have.
Ooh, cougar juice. Those are banned in most countries, I think. Or is that Spelunk? Which one is the banned one?
They're both not good for you. They're both not good for you.
Yay! Not good. Good. So Bowie, you get to the Chimera Center, the Cointractor Center, and the door's been smashed in. But there is there's another goblin like scavenging the place. So sneaking by him would definitely be an opposed check. You can roll +4 because he has a +3 to sense. So he gets a +4 actually.
All right, so I got a 2.
Mm-hmm. So he sees.
Can I use that?
Yeah.
Can I use that Eyes of the Hunter?
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
I feel like sneaking around is included in hunting.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, so you use that on your barely able to get around it, and you find all the big case of all the medicine that is labeled "ad zombie," and you know how to read English. That's fine. So you grab it in your beak. And you just need to make one more hunting check to get out and get back to the others without being chased.
Okay.
Oh yeah, this will be another opposed check.
That is a 3.
All right, still tied. Defenders win ties. So it's you are able to sneak by. You get back.
Nice.
So Claire, all you have to do now there is actually inject it.
Okay, I can do this.
Yeah, so this is definitely a thing you have to do out of necessity. So basically, this is a will save. So roll with a +1. Because
I get a 2.
Okay. Let's see here. Fortunately, you only take 1 stress, so you still have 1 stress left. As it is incredibly gross, and you feel on the verge of passing out, as the smell and the sights and the sounds are just awful. But you inject the bad ad zombie with the medicine, and Choppy, you disconnect knowing that the medicine is something you do not want to be linked up to when it courses through its veins. So you decouple from Stopside and watch as it kind of like goes into the equivalent of a medically induced coma. It kind of passes out, slumps over as the medicine starts to take effect. So
our love was never meant to last.
Oh. Yeah. The three of you can deal with the aftermath. We'll find out what happens next after our heroes escape from the Buildchain building. So, so Felicia, Aava, and Indy are on the Buildchain building. You're in a stairwell, and someone has been attacking you, or setting up. You're not sure what. They sprayed you with something that was burned like pepper spray, but a lot worse. You need to get all the way down to the bottom to the garage. So, how are the three of you are all together in the stairwell leading to the next floor down? Well, you can take it as far down as you can take the stairwell down, but you do see 2 stories down. It has been barricaded. Looks like some people tried to wall off one of the floors, so you'll have to find another route after you go 2 floors down. So, how do you just want to proceed openly, or like what are the three of you going to do?
Ross, can I spend a fate point to declare something?
Sure.
So I would like to declare that as an awful tech gremlin, I've spent a lot of time fixing things in this building, so I know where all the access corridors are.
Oh, okay, yeah. You do. You get to there's there's actually not any on the executive floor, because that you're on the top floor, and they very prestigious. Yeah, but the next floor down is a big computer operations center. So you can go there and take an access corridor down. That will be a good shortcut. So
yes.
So Aava leads the way. Indy and Felicia are follow behind. In order, you walk through and you come to an open computer lab. A very large computer lab. It is sort of in its own. You have to go through this room to get to the access corridor. So as the three of you enter the room, the doors both lock on either side. And the fire alarm goes off. So, and obviously you don't see any sign of fire. So we'll just treat this as combat or as an action scene. So, Aava, what are you going to do?
I think I'm just going to make a break for the access panel.
Well, the door is in your way, so the door auto locked. So you'll have to get through the door one way or the other. They are strong metal doors. This is these are like high tech sliding doors. They were inspired by Star Trek. So they even make the little sound, which they have little Bluetooth speakers to do that little sound every time they slide open. You can try and brute force it. You can try and pick the lock.
So would this be overcoming the door by any chance?
Yeah.
All right. So she's just gonna kind of wedge her cyber arm in between the 2 sides of that door and just push hard.
All right. Give me a roll.
All right. So that is a 3.
All right. You start forcing it open. You get a few inches. This is going to be like an extended thing. You cannot do it on one check. So you are beginning to get it open. So Felicia, you can search the room to see if there's anything you've overlooked. You could try and help Aava, or what do you want to do?
Probably help Aava, because I'm not the best at looking for stuff.
that is true, actually. So yeah.
I get a 6 on my roll to help.
Damn. All right. Was that physique?
Yeah, that was physique.
Okay. Yeah. Very strong. But the 2 of you, both very strong, start forcing the door open. It'll be open soon. Indy, what are you doing?
Having a quick scan of the room just to make sure, to figure out why the door shut on us.
Okay. Yeah. Or Yeah.
I'm gonna pretend I'm helping them open the door.
Yeah. You're like, well, it sure is a computer lab with a lot of big computers, and that's when the fire suppression system kicks in.
Oh, cool.
And it's not loaded with any kind of fire suppression. In fact, it burns like hell as soon as it makes contact with your skin. It is really bad. So everyone give me a physique check basically, this will, let's see here. This will be a 3 stress minus your physique result.
Cool.
All right, I got a 3.
Okay.
I got
5.
a 2.
Okay, so that's 1 stress. Felicia?
I got a 5, so I'm doing great.
Okay. So Indy, you have been poisoned. This is actually a highly diluted, think pepper spray, but made with like diluted snake venom. So you cannot heal physical stress until you are until you get an antidote. As you start coughing, and it feels really bad. So, Aava, you can give me another physique check.
All right, that's a 6.
Okay, yeah, you force the door open. The 3 of you get out. The door slams shut behind you, and the access corridor is straight ahead. That's when the PA system kicks in. It's like, what are you doing here? Get out of here! Why couldn't you have just lay down and died? That would have been very convenient for me. This is all very inconvenient for me.
Excuse me, we would love to get out of here, but you see there's this fucking door in our way.
Well, you forced your way in here in the first place. And secondly, that was a very expensive trap I set up, and it took me a lot of work. It's very rude of you not to die in it. Have you ever thought about how much work that was to set that up? I had these venom sacs, these glands in surgically injected. I had to get the venom myself and turn it into a spray. It was a lot of work, and I'm very proud of it.
Came out at you?
Yeah, you should think about me sometime. And why don't you always think about yourself?
This is your fucking spit?
It's quite ingenious, isn't it? I don't want to get close enough to bite people. So I thought, why not you can make a liquid into other forms, make it into a pepper spray. Or, I mean, I have other forms too. You'll be quite surprised, I think. Yeah. So,
yes. It is actually really ingenious.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Now, it would be the only thing you could do now is just go back in the room, and just breathe it in. I really want to see what happens. Yes. You'd do that, right?
No, sorry, but we're just gonna get a truck and get out of your hair.
No, everything in this building is mine. I'm the last one here, therefore it's legally mine. I am the new owner of this building, and you're trespassing, and I have every right to murder you. So yeah, all of you can give me a lore check.
Oh, what's my lore? Oh, that's a
1.
6.
Oh yeah. With who got a 6?
That was me.
Yeah. So the Cointract actually went out of its way to employ people with total lack of empathy for others. Some would say narcissism, some would say megalomania. So perhaps it's not a surprise when the thin veneer of civilization on the island broke down that some of them would totally lose it. And so this person has taken over the entire building and is going to try and keep killing you. But you can talk to him if you want. Try and trick him or negotiate with him. He seems to be watching on the security systems that are embedded in the office. So I assume you continue on your way, or are you going to try something else?
Unless anyone else wants to talk, I'm just making my way over to that access panel and pulling it off the wall.
Okay.
Say, all right. To distract him from Aava, I'm going to be like, all right, look, you want me to walk back into the room and die? You want to observe what's going to happen?
Yes, that would be very convenient for you. I will. You know what? If you do that, I'll send some money to. Do you have a tip jar or something? I've
got a Kofi, yeah.
Yeah. Which one is it? I'll send you. I'll give you a nice little posthumous tip so they can bury you somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, really you're gonna do that for me?
Yeah, of course. I mean I feel like that's a fair for you offering up your life like that. I mean that's the right thing to do. If only everyone was as reasonable as you were. If no one recognizes my genius, I was
I
the
think
only
this is...
Yeah, so he's just gonna go on and on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This works out for both of us because I've just about had it with this island. I want to call it quits. It's perfect for me.
Great.
So all right, here I go. Make sure you pay close attention because it's a once in a lifetime deal. All right.
Oh, yes. Wait, you don't need methamphetamines on you, do you? Any powerful stimulants or anything? My supply's running a bit low. I don't want them to get covered in snake venom. I'm immune, of course, but it ruins the potency of the drug.
I got some Adderall.
It's not strong enough. I don't even. Those are like Tic Tacs. It's not enough.
Strong enough for you?
Yeah, I need the real stuff. Yeah. So anyway, he is. Yeah, you can roll deceive.
Oh baby. That will be. Let me just check.
And this is the first time talking to this person, so I think you get that first. You have that stunt.
That's a 6.
All right, so yeah, you realize you can a couple.
I him it up.
Yeah. You realize you could even trick him even further. You could literally convince him at this point. You think you could tell him you are dead and you're a ghost now, and he'd believe you.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So, or you could make him. You could make him believe one totally outrageous thing. I'll let you decide.
Okay.
Think about that. So,
okay. All right. So you seem kind of before I walk in here and die. You seem a little familiar. What's your name?
Oh, what? It's Martin. What is my last name? Oh, it's Martin Green. Yes, Martin Green. Yes.
Green? I try and say green as soon as he's saying it.
Yeah.
Oh my god! This is crazy. My whole life, Martin. I've been looking for you my whole life. A long time back, I was real young, and I'm walking into the room that's about to kill me.
Yeah.
When I was real young, I had a kid when I wish I could have kept him, but social services came and took the kid and put him up for adoption. And I've been looking for baby Martin my whole life, and I can't believe I finally found you.
No,
baby Martin.
no, mother, what have I done? No, I can't do this. He hits a button to reverse all the fans in the room to pull the venom spray out. And you can just hear him openly ugly weeping on the PA system. He is paralyzed. So at this point, Aava, you've gotten the access panel out. This will be a straight shot to the ground floor, but it's mostly down. So it's like 5 or 6 stories. It's not something. There's gonna be a lot of sliding down. In the dark. So, yeah, it's mostly used to get, and it's also a very tight fit because it's mostly used to get cabling and other stuff from one floor to the other.
Yep.
So, do you or Felicia want to go first? Or what's the plan? Like, it seems Martin is quite distracted right now.
It's your call, Felicia.
Cool. Yeah, so I'll go first because it's an athletic thing.
Mm-hmm. It definitely is.
Cats and curiosity and all that. So,
yeah, that's
all right. I had to make sure that wasn't a 6. That's a 5.
All right. Yeah, you expertly slide down. Well, again, it's mostly a straight shot down. So, but with your hands, you're able to not, make it an uncontrolled fall. And you land on your feet, and you're on the ground floor. So, Aava, this is going to be. I'm actually going to give you a fate point. Your cybernetics are pretty heavy. So it's going to be very difficult for you to go down. You're not going to be able to match Felicia. You're either going to have to get a rope or something and do a more controlled rappel, or you're probably going to lose. You're not going to be able to hold on to the sides with that density. With your
conveniently, I still have those magnetic harpoons from the leftover.
Oh shit, you do. Okay. Yeah.
So I will stick one of those to the ceiling of this obviously steel access shaft. And then just kind of ride that chain down.
All right, yeah. Yeah, I will say if you want to use the magnetic harpoons again, you'll have to spend a fate point.
Yes.
But yeah. So, but yeah, you do that. So meanwhile, Indy, you're still talking to Martin, but you get a sense that as soon as you stop talking, he is going to well, you have no idea what he's going to do, but it's probably going to be violent. Yeah. Maybe to himself, maybe to everyone, maybe he's going to set the building on fire. It's hard to say. He's probably hasn't slept since the island lost. It's been 4 days since the island went feral, and he probably hasn't slept at all. So,
is that you still there, my baby?
Yes, Mother, I'm sorry. I got the poison out. You should be fine. Are you fine?
I'm breathing too much. I can feel everything going dark.
I'll kill. They made me do that. Your friends, look, they abandoned you. I'll kill them for you, Mother. I'll kill them all. I'll kill them all. Don't worry, Mother.
One last request.
What?
I want to have a nice funeral. Can you send me everything you got to that coffee account?
Yes, Mother. I'll be seeing you soon in Valhalla. I'll send you. It'll be a funeral pyre. I'll send you all the money I've gotten, and then I'll burn the entire building. I'll set the building on fire, and that'll be your funeral pyre. And then I'll kill them. I'll kill those traitors who left you behind. Goodbye, Mother. Your phone gets a little ding.
I resist the urge to see how much he sent me before, he's gone.
Yeah. All right. So what are you gonna do, Indy? Are you gonna follow your friends down?
Is he gone?
You don't know. I mean, it was through a PA speaker. Like this entire conversation was through.
Well, yeah, but he hasn't. He's a pretty rambly dude.
Yeah. No, he's gone silent. It sounds like
okay.
You've not heard anything. Looks like he turned the mic off or left the room that the mic was in.
I'm going to give it a minute. And then I'm going to check my phone.
Your flag has been put on, is under review, for suspicious transaction.
Damn it, Martin. You little shithead. Worthless child. All right.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna mutter to myself, God fucking these things. And start heading towards the elevator.
All right. Well, it's an access panel straight down. I mean, there are elevators too. But you don't know. Your friends went down the access panel, so
yeah, the access panel thing. I'm gonna get into that.
Well, actually, Aava did leave you a nice little chain. You can shimmy down. So Felicia, you're first down on the ground floor. And you just need to find the garage, and because even on the ground floor it's a big fucking building. So how you look at the signs, and the way that the sign that there is an office map that you find pretty quickly, but unfortunately the obvious route is blocked by another barricade of office furniture. So you can try and push past that and go straight there, or you can try and navigate around, which require a notice check to figure out the right route. Or you can wait for Aava to catch up.
I'll probably wait for my friends, because if we have to do a notice check, that's never going to happen.
Okay. So Aava, you show up, and a minute later you can hear the chain, and Indy appears. So, after a few minutes, all three of you reunited. And one of you can be the navigator and try and navigate around the barricades, or you could just push your way through the barricades.
Oh, look at me. I ain't fucking pushing that shit.
I can push through it, but I do not have notice.
Okay, so you're pushing through it. So go ahead and give me a physique to overcome. Yeah.
That is a 4.
All right, with a 4, you manage to break down the barricades in a reasonable amount of time. You can see there's quite a few signs of violence on the ground floor. There's also some bloated corpses, people that look really messed up, like especially around their faces. There's also these like big like splash patterns on them that look weird, like they were splashed with some sort of liquid or something that discolored them in their clothes and their skin. But there's also some people that have just been mauled. There's some chimera droppings. Looks like some wild chimera have gotten in here. And, couriers and whatnot. Probably a ferret swarm. But I mean, you don't hear anything right now. There's just the emergency lighting, as I mentioned. And the three of you head to the garage. So when you open the door to the garage, you can see the super heavy transport vehicle there. It is, the size of an enormous construction vehicle, like something you'd see in, a documentary about mining. You're not sure why it's here. Well, this garage seems to be the only garage, probably on the island, that can house it and still be indoors. They probably didn't want people to see that they needed a cage that big, an entirely armored cage that looks like it could be a bunker, like just mounted on the back of this vehicle. The tires are like 10 feet tall. Like, I mean, the scale of this vehicle is ridiculous. But there are a couple of problems. One, the gate is open, or it's not open; it is closed. To get out, and two, someone actually has to fucking figure out how to start and pilot this fucking thing. Because this ain't like a normal car.
That is on you, Miss Engineer.
Right, you two try and get the door open. I'll go figure out how to. Yep.
Yep.
So first question, how do I get into it?
There is a little ladder. You don't have to roll to get in there, but to get up to the door, unfortunately, the door is locked. This seems to be like this seems to be a vehicle repurposed from some military somewhere. So yeah, they lock the doors, or they lock by default. So you can either try and rip it open, or burglary to pick the lock or jimmy the lock open for the driver's side door.
I will make a burglary check to jimmy that lock open.
Okay.
That is a 1.
Okay. You'll get it eventually. So meanwhile, Felicia and Indy, there's no button right by the side of the gate that says open. So that's out. You look around, you do see like this is like a multi-story like warehouse kind of garage. There are multiple vehicles, and there does seem to be like a control room up a couple stories up. There's a ladder that leads up to a series of catwalks, and a little control room. So you can maybe open it from up there, or I mean there is some machinery you can try and mess with and see if that'll short circuit something. Yeah, or you could try and figure out other solutions. There are other vehicles parked here too.
All right, Felicia, what's your expert opinion here?
We should maybe go up to the control thing. I mean, it's just like a couple of flights on a ladder. That's nothing big.
Yeah, I suppose. I think I had about enough climbing after this, so.
All right, so the two of you head over to that. As Aava's slowly getting the door open, the two of you climb up to the top and get to the control room, where there are a bunch of controls for lighting. You can actually see there is an overhead, like kind of like a one of those things where you try and get a toy at like a little grabby hand carnival things. Only it's like industrial size, so they can pick up like pallets and loads from trucks that deliver supplies to the building, and deposit them. That's why this place is so big. They crane arm, kind of thing. And So that's why this control room has so many controls. So as you're looking at that, all the lights go out. And not just the emergency lights, like all the lights. It is pitch black. And the voice, the Martin crackles back on the PA for the garage. It's like, "You traitors, I can see you, and I can see my mother is haunting you. She's following you. You in the control room, you cat girl. Her ghost is right behind you. Yes, right there. Yes, you're looking at her ghost. Yes, terrified, isn't it? She's haunting you.
Act surprised.
Wow, that's that ghost.
That's right. And soon you shall be. I have equipped my ultimate weapon, and I will kill all of you for betraying him. As I've already set the building on fire. In minutes, this entire building will be engulfed in flame. Die with me, and you will go to hell, and I shall see my mother in Valhalla.
Okay, but what if I haunt you?
I'm going to die with the. I'm just going to kill you before I die. All right? Like,
yeah, but I'm going to haunt you though.
You won't even have time. Like, you'll be haunted.
How do you know? How do you know? Do you know everything about ghosts?
I assume there's like at least a minute turnaround between dying and becoming a ghost.
Wow, assuming. That sounds like somebody who doesn't know anything about being a ghost.
Well, I'll take that risk. The control room starts filling. You can hear the vents popping up. So you can tell he's going to flood the control room with the venom spray again. So Felicia and Indy, you can both take actions to plug the vents or try and disable the vents by figuring out the control rooms, like controls. Or you can break open the windows so it's not as bad. But or you can try and figure out what button to push to open the gate quickly. But yeah, this will be combat. And Aava, you just opened the door. So we'll just begin this as a combat. He is somewhere in the room, and he's definitely going to take actions against you aside from the venom spray, but he is hidden right now. You don't know where he is. Yeah, Felicia, what do you want to do? You can also try and talk to him, just keep distracting him. Perhaps get him to reveal himself.
Yeah, I'm gonna use empathy. I'm gonna get him stuck in on this whole philosophical ghost argument, so that he doesn't because it's like, you can't kill us until we solve this, because how would we know?
All right, that's pretty good. Yeah, go ahead and roll empathy.
That's gonna be a 4.
Let's see here. Yeah, that you definitely beat him. You realize he is beginning to yell, and he must be somewhere in the room, probably in the catwalks, to get you're guessing he must be in the room because you begin to realize it's not just coming from speakers. He's actually yelling loud enough that you can hear that he is, but it's a big echoey room. So, if someone else was to leave the control room and start sort of spot him from they can make notice checks or some other check to sort of figure out exactly where he is. So you're definitely distracting him, and he's revealing his position somewhat. So, but the room is filling with venom spray. So meanwhile, so next up, Indy, what do you want to do?
So Felicia's distracting this guy. Can I attempt to find what opens, amidst all of these controls, can I attempt to find the thing that opens the door?
Yeah, what do you want to roll for that? Probably be off the top of my head, academics would be a good one to do, but I would allow other skills if you can justify it. Crafts, burglary.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe burglary, because I've probably broken into a lot of, car garages or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Industrial places.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you can figure out the controls with the 3. You figure out the garage. So it starts, the garage starts opening. Now, both of you, give me a physique check and roll at least a 2. The venom spray will only do 2 stress this round.
All right, well, I get that.
Okay.
With a 3.
All right.
I get another 1.
Okay, so you take another stress. Venom spray hurts. And yeah, that's another point of stress you have to take. You can
fucking
get
acid spray from this fucking prick.
Yep. So meanwhile, Aava, probably a pilot drive check. Was it piloting or drive? I can't remember what the skill is.
Drive.
Yeah.
Drive.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's drive.
All right.
Okay, so Ross, I have a very important question.
Uh-huh.
Well, I guess it's like 3 questions.
Okay.
How many levers are there? How many pedals are there? And how many buttons are on the dashboard?
Quite a few, actually. There are a lot. There are. I'm not gonna look up heavy industrial equipment to get exact numbers, but there's more than like 2. So
all right, I'm gonna go ahead and make that drive check.
Yeah,
that's a 2.
Okay, you turned it on, so you got that going.
All right.
Yeah, the lights come on, and obviously the Martin can see that. Let's see here. So Martin is screaming this round, and he sees that, and that sort of like, no, you can't escape. So he is going to reveal his other weapon. Something like breaks on the windshield of the vehicle. And then you hear more like it's pitter patter of like hail or rain. And then there's just this substance like all covering you. It's like you can't it's a thick ooze, just like this greenish yellow sickly colored like slimy substance all over the cockpit of your window. And you breathe for a second, and you just like you feel nauseous just from breathing for a second. This stuff, whatever it is, it's more concentrated than the venom spray you got in the so you don't have to make any checks right now, but he is sort of actually kind of trapped you in there. If you get out, it'll be hard to not get contact with it, and if you're in there too long, the fumes will start to build up, and that's assuming there's no like, you hope that this thing is airtight or that it's liquid tight at least. Yeah. But yeah, you're definitely blinded from the windshield. It's just a big smeary color. So attempting to drive is going to be like a -2.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll figure it out.
You hit the windshields and they just smear it. So
Yep.
So you don't have to take any stress yet, but yeah, it's so new round. Felicia, you can get out if you want to, but if you stay in the thing this turn, you'll be risking more physical stress. So what do you want to do?
I think I have to keep distracting him, right?
I mean, that helps reveal his position. Like, he's somewhere in the room now. He's not talking to you from a distant location. You can hear his voice echoing with the PA system, so he's somewhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna get in an argument with him. Like, since we haven't settled this ghost thing, I'm gonna be like, well, this throws doubt on the entire body of scientific work that you've done up till now. Like, I don't even know that this poison is gonna hurt me, because you clearly don't know what you're talking about. So you definitely didn't know what you were doing when you put it together.
It's a bold strategy, so go ahead, yeah.
It's going to be a 1. I think maybe I should spend a fate point and re-roll that.
Yeah, he gets a 6.
Fuck. Can I burn another? If I burn another fate point, I can beat him.
That's your choice. I mean, I think you'd be out.
The 2 face points.
Okay. All right. So you managed to keep him distracted this round. So he's yelling more, and then you can there's something hits the window of the control room, and you realize what his other weapon is. It's some sort of advanced paintball gun, only he filled the paintballs with like venom, concentrated venom. And he must be on the catwalk somewhere in the darkness. He must be able to see in the dark somehow. But yeah, he is across from you. He's on the same level as you. But you don't know exactly from which position. And he has, again, a paintball gun filled with, venom balls. So, yay! You figured out more information. And Indy, what are you gonna do?
Door's opening, right? Like I don't need to press any more buttons on that.
That is true.
Okay. So, I assume I've got some sort of just combat knife, right? Like everybody's got a combat knife these days.
You got a knife, probably not like a Rambo knife, but like it's a knife, yeah.
All right. I know where Martin is now too, right?
You know what level he's on. You don't know exactly what part of it. You couldn't it's total dark. It's completely dark out there. So like, he's on your level. Like he's shooting across from you, not up at you or down at you.
Okay.
You have one axis, not both axes, if that makes sense.
Okay, yeah. So I with the thing being on, I'm going to step outside as ghost-like as I can and say, Martin, my boy. Martin, baby. I'm here from the other side. I'm here to usher you along with me.
All right. Go ahead and give me a deceive check. Yeah.
It'll be a 4.
All right. Let's see how much he can see through your bullshit. Oh, he does pretty well. He ties it with a 4, so he would defend that. He would.
I fate point that?
Yeah, you can fate point it.
All right, I'm gonna fate point that shit.
Yeah. Mother, I'm avenging you. Stop. You could go to Valhalla now. You have a much better idea of where he is. He's off to your left, so about what quarter of the catwalks he's in. But yeah, I mean, it's still pitch black. You need a flashlight or something to shine to get its exact location. But you could, the catwalks are on a grid, right? So you could just start walking towards where you hear his voice coming from. But it's, pitch black, aside from the tiny bit of light coming from the garage slowly opening up.
Okay, so with the idea of where he is, where he's at, and the fact that he's aiming at Felicia in mind, I'm going to try and circle around to get behind him.
Okay. Let's see here. So, okay, yeah, you can either run or you could try to hide, but you're on a catwalk. He probably has. Well, you figure he must have some way of seeing the dark. Otherwise, how the fuck did he get up there without a flashlight?
True.
So, and how did he shoot at the control room and accurately without? The control room is lit up, like there are lights in there. So, yeah, you could try and sneak and just go silent and hope that he can't see you in the dark.
I'm a ghost. He shouldn't need to pay attention to me. It's all good.
Okay. I mean, you made your check, so he thinks you're a ghost, so he's not going to act against you. Felicia, go ahead and give me a physique check. This time you need to beat a 4, because that's how much stress as the venom place is filling up.
No, I'm gonna tie it.
Okay, well that's enough. That absorbs it. It's gonna go.
Yay!
It's just getting worse and worse. So next round it will be 6 stress and then 8 and then 10. So yeah, it will be you're breathing in a lot of even though you're not taking any stress, you're getting a little lightheaded. It doesn't feel good to be in here. But I guess they put in some really good filtration systems in Cat Girls, really handle all those poisons and toxins very well.
You never know when your cat girl is going to eat something she shouldn't.
You know what? That's true. So Aava, you turned it on. The gate is slowly opening. You're in a cockpit surrounded by goo. What are you going to do? Venomous goo.
Well, it's on now.
Mm-hmm.
Can I find the lights?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to turn on the lights.
Yeah.
I'm assuming a large industrial vehicle is going to have very bright lights in all directions.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That's a good point. So, yeah, you turn the lights on this round. It takes you a bit to find them, but you're able to do that. And, yeah, it is no longer dark. But in fact, you can see, though, that there's the rear view mirrors are not there's some side view mirrors that you can still have a good angle on, and you can see some bright orange colors coming from the back of the garage now.
Probably not good.
Who could say? Who knows what that is? Maybe maybe it's fire, maybe not. So new round.
Say.
Felicia, do you want to keep stay in the control room and keep distracting him, or are you gonna do something else?
Yeah, I think I can do this one more time. I think I can stay in the control room and mess with him one more time.
Okay.
So we've already brought the entirety of his education and scientific work into question. So now I'm going to like attack him and then be like, you know what? I think the reason why you're failure at everything of this is because you also failed your mom.
Shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that is provoke. That is definitely not empathy anymore. So yeah, go ahead and provoke him.
Okay, I got a 3 then.
All right. Let's see if he resists that. He only have a +1 on that though. Yeah. He just screams in incoherent anger. Yeah, you all know exactly where he is now. Between the lights and his screaming, you've got his location down. So, Indy, you see, you spot him as he's just screaming in absolute rage. Just about, you're gonna die in there. You're gonna die. Go to hell. I hope that you choke all those on that venom. So yeah, he's totally distracted. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna try to come up behind him and just put an end to it real quick. Knife to the back of the head, medulla oblongata kind of shit.
All right, so you don't. I mean, are you going to try and sneak, or are you going to charge? Because he may. You don't know. Well, it's a bit of a distance, like
fast walk.
Fast walk. Okay. You will not get there this round. You will be in position.
All right.
Yeah. So you were getting in. Go ahead and roll stealth then, or sneak, or whatever the fuck it's called. Stealth. Yeah.
Oh baby.
Oh damn. Yeah. You are absolutely silent. So Felicia, give me another physique check against 6 stress. Oof.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let that happen. I'm gonna be off by 3.
Okay. That is 3 physical stress. And you're definitely a bit poisoned now, as you start choking on the fumes. And yeah, it's not good. You can also see fire creeping in through the back door of the control room. You can see, flames like through the edges of the door. So yeah, you should probably get out of there next round. But Aava, it's your turn. You can try and the gate is about a quarter open. You can try and ram it. You could try and you do notice a big bullhorn, or like a thing you can use to talk on a loudspeaker mounted on the vehicle. Or yeah, what do you want to do?
I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
I need to clear off the windshield.
You could. Oh yeah. That would probably be helpful.
Fuck. All right. So I've got.
There is a fire extinguisher in the cockpit.
Yeah, sure. Since you pointed that out, I'll give that a shot.
Okay. You give me a physique check because you have to open the door or the window.
Yeah.
And you'll definitely be some of it will splash onto you.
That's a 2.
All right, that's 2 physical stress. An armor, or whatever, does not really apply because it's venom. Yeah.
I will. Yeah, I'll just take that. I can take 2. That's fine.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, go ahead and give me athletics to sort of like expertly get the use the fire extinguisher to knock the venom off.
So I'm gonna spend a fate point to reroll.
No.
All right, so that's a 0.
Okay. Total. All right. All right.
Yes.
Well, the venom's no longer on it. That's for sure. It's now a bunch of fire, foam on the windshield. that'll drip off eventually. Yeah, it's not sticky like yeah. So you got that.
I think the wipers can probably manage that.
Oh yeah. They'll eventually get it off. So you're starting. Yeah, you're still gonna be going blind. So new round. Let's just see. Indy, go ahead. You have a +2 because you did set yourself up for a backstab. On a fight check. Oh,
motherfucker! I'm gonna re-roll that.
Okay.
Much better.
Okay, so what's your fight bonus?
4 total.
4 total. All right. Yeah, let's see here. He has a physique of 1. So he takes 2 stress. You stab him. He screams, "Mother, why? You're not and he is going to lean forward and try and bite you.
Me.
Yep. And that is going to be a let's see here, 2. Yeah, he's not good at biting. That's why he made all the weapons. But you can give me an opposing fight check or athletics to dodge.
That's one of the best like D&D mechanic quotes I think I've ever heard. He's not good at biting. That's why he made all the weapons.
All right, so we tie.
Okay, so yeah, with a tie, you defenders win ties. So
it's for your own good, Martin.
No. So yeah, he's having a bad day for sure. You're fighting on the railing on the catwalk. He's leaning over the side as you're pushing into him. And he's trying to push back and sink his fangs into your neck. It's incredibly dramatic, and the catwalk is shaking because this is definitely built by the lowest bidder. Meanwhile, Felicia, you just stagger out of the control room. You're unable to sort of take it anymore between the heat and the pain of the venom. So if you want to intercede in the fight, that'll be an athletics check to get there this round.
Yeah, I'll do that. I keep trying to like copy paste into the dice roller instead of pressing up, and like the amount of times I have almost put porn in this channel.
Oh no.
So that's a 2.
Okay. So you'll be able to attack next round at the end of the but Indy and actually Martin, then Indy, and then you. But meanwhile, Aava, yeah, you don't know what the fuck's going on with your friends. You can't really hear too well, and actually, you opened up the door and you could hear some sort of scuffling going on above you. So something's happening, but you don't really have great visibility in this thing.
No.
Yeah, but the gate's like halfway, 2/3 open. You could try and force it open, and just scrape the roof of this thing, or you could get out and try and climb on top of the vehicle and see what's going on. Yeah, what do you want to do?
I am just going to very carefully, with my head out the goddamn window, start driving this towards the exit.
Okay. Yeah, sticking your head. You already did clear out that when you already opened it. You already risked the venom, so you don't have to worry about that again. So yeah, give me a drive check because you're going slow. You're not doing it. Yeah, but
I'm going very slow. All right, so I rolled a 0, which makes it a 2.
That's enough. So you are going to it's gonna 11-foot 8 it a little bit. You're gonna be scraping the roof of this thing. It makes this god awful sound. But yeah, you're doing it. You're getting the vehicle out. So meanwhile, the fight to the death on the catwalks. Let's see here. Martin is going to attack first. He is going to he gets a fate point because he's a villain, a named villain, so he's going to spend that on his attack roll, which is nice. So he'll get a 2 to bite you, Indy. So you'll need to defend with a fight or athletics check. If you make your athletics check, that's backing away. So you won't be able to melee attack this round.
I think I'm going to...
You have any fate points left?
I'm going to use an athletic. I'm using athletics to like jump back.
Okay. So you jump out of the way, and that's your turn, is to not be bitten.
Yeah.
So you still have your knife, though. Felicia, you could go next. Martin is literally burying his fangs at you. You can also see his eyes are fucked up. You're guessing he put in like thermal pit things so he could sense heat. in the dark, like a goddamn predator or something.
I get a 3 on my fight. I'm gonna take this dude out. Like,
all right, he's going to defend with fight, kung fu fight with you, and he gets a 3. So he actually manages to block your attack. And he's just screaming, yes, the flames will catch us all. We'll all go down. I will go to Valhalla and see my real mother. So yeah, the flames are approaching. The roof is literally on fire. The ceiling tiles are catching. It's pretty crazy. So Aava, you get outside. You can see the pickup truck pull up. It looks like something happened to the pickup truck. There's some dents in it. The windshield's gone. But Claire, Bowie,
I'm sure that's fine.
And Choppy are there. Choppy looks weird. Something's off about Choppy. That covered in goo.
Distant look.
Yeah, distant look. You don't know a slug vending machine could have a look, but he does. So
that is a problem for future Aava. Once I've got it outside, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna climb out and see if I can't get a look at what's going on inside that garage.
Okay, so you can do that all this round. You can see up above you. You're just inside the garage. You look up, you see on the catwalk, a couple stories above you, some dude fighting with Felicia and Indy as the fire is getting closer and closer along the roof, the ceiling. If you had something next, okay, so new round. Aava, do you have any ranged weapons?
I do have ranged weapons.
Okay.
And what I would like to do, What's the situation up there? Like, how close are you all together?
They
pretty close.
Felicia and Martin are like hand-to-hand fighting. Indy's a little further back. Now they're on a catwalk, and so it's a difficult shot for you, but you can definitely like position yourself so Martin's like, what weapon are you using? You could shoot into Martin, and as long as it doesn't go through Martin, you know. Yeah.
So what I was thinking is spending a fate point to get another one of those harpoons.
Yeah.
And then just pull him off the catwalk.
No, are you just launching that like a javelin, or do you have like a launcher for it? I forgot.
Well, I remember I stole the launcher from him.
Okay, you did steal the launcher.
Also, we have a crossbow.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, you could do that.
All right.
So yeah,
spend a fate point to have another harpoon.
So he'll get an automatic +2 to defend, and that just represents the difficulty of the shot. Like,
okay,
because you're below him. There's a catwalk. Like, you need to beat he'll have 2 points of defense for this. I rolled a 2 total.
Okay.
So if you get a 3 or better, you'll connect with him.
I got a 5.
Yeah. All right. Well, you just impaled him with that thing, and he looks very. You can give me a physique check to see if you can just yank him off the catwalk, because it is literally a chain.
That is what? That's a 4.
Okay. Yeah. Please describe what you do to Martin, the AKA Venomhead.
I just pull on that chain and he just falls.
Yeah. He screams something about Valhalla on the way down, which is impressive because you're pretty sure you went through his lungs.
Yeah.
So Felicia, you're hand-to-hand fighting with him when his a metal harpoon goes through his chest. How do you handle that?
A little bit of surprise. I've never seen anything this violent up close before.
But
I've definitely have not been around for the visceral murder of many people up to this point. So this shakes me a little bit.
Okay. It is a bit intense. But you think about that later. The fire is approaching. So there's a ladder, the catwalk, there are multiple ladders, so you're all able to climb down and get a rendezvous. And as you So yeah, it's a people can get in the truck or the giant transport vehicle, heavy transport vehicle, and head back to the power plant. That's actually pretty easy to do. There are, all of you can see, if you look out the windows, necrobiotic goblins watching you from the roofs of nearby buildings. And there's a weird ad zombie sort of catatonic out in the corner outside the building, just kind of sitting there.
Oh wait, isn't that the one with the stop sign that we drove past? That's weird. Is he out here?
Guys, like, I'll tell you about it later. It looks like you all went through some crazy shit. Yeah. You continue on and get back to the power plant. No one wants to mess with you for some reason.
Weird.
Yeah, in the giant fucking tank-like vehicle. And if you look at the, let's see here, the map of the power plant, they ask you to put it next to that giant concealed bioelectric backup generator. The IT director asks for another private meeting with the three of you. After you see the medic and are treated with antivenom.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. The Dr. William Foster, the IT director, says, "I'm so glad you all made it and you brought the vehicle. Although I wanted you to come back to the island for this specific mission because and there's a substantial reward, of course. The forces behind this group, as I mentioned, I'm part of a group that wants a change in management. And the only way we're going to get a change in management is to remove the board of directors and retrieve their share token. And these tokens are in physical hardware that are in the VIP tower. We know where they are. But we need something to break the line of their defenses. And we have a weapon that can do that. Have you heard of the open secret, I guess? I don't know how secret. Have any of you heard of the Hydra we have?
The what?
Yeah, the what?
Well, I guess not. We've been experimenting in bioelectric generation as a means of renewable energy. And we had a breakthrough success. And we've nicknamed it the Hydra because, well, it looks like the mythical creature of lore. It is a true chimera, multiple organisms, sloths, kelp, wasps, poplar trees, and of course the electric eel. Massive aspen tree, actually, a clonal grove electric eel hybrid organism. It is contained in that massive structure over there. A blending of animal and plant DNA, and that generates electricity and grows. And all it needs really is sunlight and water. We, of course, don't use it too much simply because we're still testing it, figuring out its capabilities. But we have found a way to control it. Unfortunately, it is not something that can be done with unenhanced personnel. Aava, your cybernetic prosthetics have the software. I have to confess, I have secretly installed certain firmware into your prosthetic devices to interface with I guess I would call it a control suit, because you actually have the highest aptitude for. Not everyone takes to prosthetics well, but you have such an aptitude for controlling, interfacing with technology, that in order to control the organism, the Hydra, you have to have it is an intuitive process. It cannot be done, and it must be done on a muscle instinctive level. But I think you would be our candidate. We have this control suit that would interface with your cybernetics, and then you would be able to control the Hydra. And you can use that to breach the outer defenses of the tower, and then we can take the tower, and then we can take control of the island. And, all of you would receive enough wealth that none of you would have to work again for a day in your lives. How does that sound?
I think she is like speechless.
I believe this is like one of your animated shows you liked so much. Don't you like those animated shows? My understanding is that you didn't you costume play as one of the characters from this show?
Oh my god.
A couple times, but like...
You sort of weeps?
I think Felicia, you can tell the series of emotions playing across her face, which is like this combination of like anger, horror, and excitement. Because like...
And then the robot, Aava.
God damn it. Yeah, fuck. Can we have a minute to talk this over?
Of course, but we are launching the assault one way or the other tomorrow morning. The timetable is very aggressive. And if you don't help us, obviously, you can stay here, but there will be no bonus and, in fact, no payment of any kind. And all of your work will be for nothing. Yeah.
Of course.
You can't say, if you say anything, well, of course, to disparage our reputation or anything, we would sue you and it would be very unpleasant. So, yes. No, please talk amongst yourselves. Yes, of course.
A quick question, kind of talking amongst ourselves is probably going to be built on a lot on this question. I can tell that a dear friend, Aava, who is very important to both of us, I think I speak for everybody, both here and not here, Aava is, of course, a prime element in our, let's call it a family, huh? We're all family here, right? Mm-hmm. So Aava is, as I've said, important. What you're talking about sounds a little, just a little bit dangerous. How permanent is this situation you're putting Aava in? Like, is this an in and out situation? Or what are we talking about here?
Well, Aava would not be in direct physical harm. She would be inside we would modify the transport vehicle to have a control module for her as she wears the control suit. And she would be and obviously we protect the vehicle with what security forces we do have. And obviously you two, both of you, your primary job would be to protect her. And the creature would break through the security cordon they have around the front line, draw all the fire, and then we have it is essentially to breach the defenses. It is to absorb the attacks and destroy as much of their defenders as possible. Then our real forces can move in and neutralize the board of directors and take control of the company. Yes, that is you three would not be part of that assault unless, of course, you wanted an additional bonus. But the core mission is for you to control the Hydra and use it to neutralize the defenses, the outer defense.
Right. So just following up on my question, maybe reiterating it a little bit. How permanent is this fusion going to be?
Oh, no, it's a suit that she can remove at the end of the day.
Okay, right. So it's just, your typical 9-to-5 necktie kind of situation.
Yes, obviously this is we can test it tonight, of course. And in fact, we will do some tests to make sure that but mea culpa, we did secretly download a lot of your personal data with your interfaces and everything in order to calibrate it so it'd suit you perfectly. And we've run a lot of simulations to make sure that it would
kind of info.
Of course.
Yes. I apologize.
What's Aava eat the most? What's a diet like?
I mean, I don't have the numbers right here. I can pull it up if you want, but honestly, it was more of how her brain just interfaces perfectly with the highest neural connectivity with cybernetic technology that we've seen. At least in all of in basically everyone. So Aava's an exceptionally well suited for this.
Yeah, you got a good grade.
Mm-hmm.
So, and also you have the mental aptitude and I think the fortitude. Certainly your actions with the honor proven that you are not a easily scared, individual. So traumatized. But we're also talking about you'll all be getting at least 8 figures in a payout. Of course, I can't give you an exact number, of course, but you're talking, tens of millions of dollars at minimum, each of you, for this, and total anonymity. You would set you up so that no one would know, and you could just live whatever kind of life you want. But yes,
Do you like anonymity?
Yeah, isn't that the thing that they was talking about that you watch so much?
Yeah, anonymity. It's a sea creature. I look at the aquarium streams sometimes.
Oh no, I was talking about those shows from Japan. The
Hentai?
Is that what it's called? You watch hentai, and that's gonna make you a better mech pilot?
Oh, I'm sorry, I did not want to imply anything. I thought these were above board animated project. This is what my staff tells me. It said something about getting the automaton, enter into the automaton, something like that.
Sure. Yeah, exactly. That's yep, definitely.
So yes, think it over. But you obviously get some food in you. Get some beverages of some kind, not alcoholic. Please don't. I mean, I guess Aava don't, but the other two, I guess whatever you need. Don't get too drunk though. We march at dawn, and one way or the other, we will see an end to the chaos on this island. But with your help, of course, we'll win, and you'll be rich. And what more can you ask for? So yeah, if that's all, I can have my assistant answer any questions about the suit. But rest assured that it'll work.
Of course.
Of course, do you want to even see the Hydra? It's sedate right now.
Sure. Why not?
Okay. Do you want to see it in person? Or I can pull it up on one of our security cameras here. But if you want to see it in person, I can understand. It's just a short walk over there to the large.
I'm gonna be honest. I kind of want to see it in person.
Great. Yeah, of course. Follow me. The director, leads you out of his office. And you take a scroll to the massive storage facility that no one's supposed to go near. But he goes to the front door. The armed guards, saluted him. Runs a key card, does an eye scan, does a thumbprint, and enters in a number. There's a lot of procedures for this, and you're let into it. And we have to take an elevator up because we want to be looking at it from above. We don't want to be on the same level as this entity. The best viewing is from above. It's hard to get a sense of it from below. So the 4 of you go out. The elevator leads you up into a very slick control room. There's a couple lab coated scientists doing tests, and the beyond the control room, you can see the glass. You can see this massive circular chamber, this sort of weird blue light coming from it, and you realize it's sort of like electric sparks coming, and there's just this sort of wire fine mesh at level with the control room, but below it, you can look down, and then you see it, and you can see, and you realize how big this thing was on the outside, and realize this is really just one holding cell for this thing. It has grown to the size of this entire storage facility, and it is this impossibly. It looks like a tree, but it doesn't. It looks like it undulates. It is countless tentacles of each the size of like a telephone pole, just sort of like moving to an invisible like tide, just sort of gently pulsing. You cannot see there is a density towards the bottom. You can see the tendrils grow and break apart and regrow. It clearly regenerates of some kind. It's beautiful, yet the closest thing you've ever seen to seeing an actual alien. It is hard. There's nothing in your frame of reference to really compare this thing, and you can just feel the energy in the air, even through the insulation of the control room. This thing just pulses with power. You feel it more than anything else. It's not just electric, but like a psychic, don't wake the sleeping dragon. You sense the power of this thing is, slightly odd, slightly terrifying. And you realize this is why they needed the vehicle, because whatever this thing is, seems to, you can't imagine it moving very fast. It grows. It doesn't move. It grows. Yeah. You would have to park the fucking vehicle at the front door of the VIP tower, and then it's just going to like grow until it eats everything in its way, or zaps it with electricity. Yeah. Then the room briefly, there's this massively blinding light, and once I says, "Don't worry," it just shoots lightning every 15 minutes or so. Just does that. Comparable to
like normal.
Yeah. It's pretty comparable to actually lightning here, or sometimes like it's Venus. Like it is. Yeah, if you want to see the stats, it's a couple of like megawatts of energy for a brief second. It's really hot, like hundreds of thousands of degrees hot for a brief instant. That wasn't too big.
That is the coolest and most horrifying thing I have ever seen.
It's one of the crowning jewels of Cointract Island. The lab really knocked it out of the park when they came up with this one. Sad that it's, theoretically could take over all life on the planet. That's why they can't, they don't want it to spread too fast, Could eat the oceans. But that won't happen.
But what are we doing with this when we're done here?
We got a pesticide that's custom grown that'll kill it. So we're actually sure. No, we've tested it. It's fine. Once, and besides, you'll be controlling it. You can tell it to go to sleep. You're not taking the whole thing. We're just taking a cutting, basically. We can't fit this whole thing in that truck. You see how big this is. We put as much of it we can into the truck. Then with the command module, which just sort of sinks into its mass and interfaces it with on a cellular level, then you'll sync to the command module through your suit, and then you can sort of command it. And once the cuttings are more mobile, they develop like legs, and they move around. It'll be like bigger. It'll start as big as an elephant. The more you eat, the more it eats, the faster it'll grow. So, yeah.
Yeah. All right. We need to talk this over.
Okay. Yeah. And I think that's a good place to end as the team is looking at the Hydra. That ends this episode of Cointract Island. In the next episode, the final days begin, or not. We'll find out. We'll talk to you all next time. Bye.
Bye, friends.
Bye.
Bye.